Coach Dennis Papadatos and EIWA lost to Drexel this afternoon. Your assessment of today's match?
The lows, as I said before, I never get too caught up in the highs. The lows bother me. Today bothered me. There's, we had 2 pins, 25 and 65. I felt like we lost it. I mean, they didn't win it. We lost it at those weights. 97 was another weight we could have won, but that one we lost to one scramble, and that's the way it goes. I thought we, competed. I could have did a little better finishing. 25 and 65 are bothering me, and there's some other weights that, man, we've got to do a better job. And they traveled. They came here this morning. They have to make weight tomorrow and wrestle Ryder. They had all the adversity against them, and they won a lot of those tough situations. And I told the guys that can't happen. That can't happen. And we let it happen, and they believed, and I keep going back and forth. They came like that because they believed they were better than us. So when you believe you're better than someone, it's easier to execute. And we still had a little bit of doubt, led some cautiousness, and it cost us 2 matches for sure. And it trickles into the whole concept of the whole tournament.
Garret Lambert going against the number 4 kid in the country. What do you say to him when he's about ready to go out on the mat against that tough competition?
Who cares? It doesn't matter. You got to wrestle people. It don't matter. It's unfortunately that is probably that kid's 7th 1-minute tech fall this year. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how he does it. It's so. But I still just can't. I will never be able to prove it. But I don't think any human being can do that to me. You know what I mean? I really don't. I don't think Kale Sands. I don't know how it happens. But he's done it to a bunch of people. He's done it to good guys. So I don't know. Maybe he's. But at the end of the day, I didn't feel like we got to compete harder. He believes it, and then another guy once it starts getting going just lets it go. So you gotta compete better than that. I can tell you that. As good as that kid is, you gotta compete better than that.
Heller and Hughes both with falls today. Can you talk about their matches today?
Yeah. I mean, Hughes is Hughes, and he dominates, and. No offense to that kid, which is a mismatch, and thank God we're taking advantage of our mismatch. Heller's kid's been ranked. He's good. And we won our good scramble. I feel like Heller relies on that scramble a lot, and I don't want him to. I'm glad that it worked today. It's just sometimes he goes to it a little too early. The good news about today, he hit it just right, and he hit it at an opportunity where he tried defending, normal, solid defense, and then he got put in a situation where it was either he hit it perfect, and he hit it at the right time today. In those situations, I'll take him all day, and he's dangerous in them. So, but we got to get back to work. Got to get back to the drawing board. Heller's really good, and we think he can be better than he's even shown. So, happy with those guys.
Coach, Heller and Hughes, both stars on the mat. What can you say about their works off the mat?
As I keep telling everyone, Hughes has been committed for a while on making sure he's the biggest, strongest heavyweight in the country. I'll repeat this again, because I've had some people like, oh, Mike Hughes is so big, it's not fair. His body doesn't want to weigh that much. He makes legitimate effort of how many calories he eats, how many times he lifts. He's persistent about it because he knows that's his advantage. And so off the mat he sticks with it. He's got his little OCD things that he does, and we get him workout partners. We try to get him tired in practice. It's hard to do because he's so darn strong and dominates. And Heller, moving up a weight, and he's recently picked up his extras, and the whole team has picked up their extras, but Sage as well, so he's got to keep it consistent. Do your extra work, and I keep telling guys, over the long haul, the pros of doing so much more outweigh the cons, and the cons are maybe you get a little sluggish, maybe you get a little tired, but the pros of where we're at, the pros of overtraining, even though I don't like that word, just so people understand, the pros of overtraining right now so far outweigh the cons. That's what we need to do, and then we'll tone it back for EIWAs.
You mentioned the size of Hughes. How big of an impact do you think that plays in officiating?
It's screwed him sometimes. I've had some refs that told me, well, coach, your guy's so big, it's not fair. Listen, the weight class is 285. That guy can weigh 285 too, if he wants to. Mike Hughes wants to. You'll see, Mike Hughes will be 255 pounds 3 years. When he's done competing, he'll be 255. He's still big, but he's 280, he's 290 right now, you know what I mean? He makes effort. So other people can make that effort too. So if you don't like it, make the effort or get your butt kicked like he does to you. So, I just want some other guys to keep taking that concept in their own wrestling, if that makes sense. You know, obviously not everyone, he's a heavyweight, so not everyone can do that. So, but someone's got to take, like Ricky needs to make conditioning his factor. Sage needs to make athleticism, wrestling his thing. Same thing, you know, with Vinny Vasquez, conditioning. And some guys need to do a better job of it.
Jake